Okay, folks, turn 34. Relay has sent us some nature gems to pay for a couple more bags of wine. Unlike the filthy bipedal humans, nature has blessed us with multiple appendices. I think he means appendages. We still don't know why you allow them to ride on your backs, but alas, to each its own. So, 12 more nature gems for wine. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We have hit thaumaturgy level 4. Also excellent. Didn't find any magic sites, but that's okay. Relay has proclaimed another prophet. In terms of battles, Vanarus is rolling Sceleria, including with these Viedmas. This is kind of hilarious. They just, they swarm raided. So they attacked this province defense, only 6 points of province defense. And they, well, one of them cast Swarm a lot. The other one appears to have been misscripted and just cast buffs on herself. But, and then started casting Breath of the Dragon, which is one of the most hilariously useless attack spells. It's a poison effect in 3 squares, which sounds really useful, except it kills very slowly. So by all rights, that Viedma ought to have been shot to death. But in any case, they were chased off by tiny bugs. So, good job them. And in Smotherdark, Sceleria tried to raid a province back from Tianxi and failed. But this is what Sceleria should be doing. Sceleria has tons and tons of long dead, so they should be raiding with them constantly. Speaking of tons and tons of long dead, in Sceleria we attacked. They came out to defend with a relatively small force. A couple of hundred long dead, a big pack of Retarii. Interesting that they deployed these guys. And a bunch of thaumaturgs. So they've got some grand thaumaturgs, with one of them had death gems in order to cast, this one had water gems for some reason. And they're twice-born. The grand thaumaturgs, most of them are twice-born. So they will come back from the dead. But still, he sent these out. That guy was casting Shadow Blast, and if we watch, it automatically put the game into slow motion because of the sheer quantity of arrows flying once again. So that first volley, some damage, not so much. Flaming Arrows goes down, and second volley, boom. Massive destruction. That one Shadow Blast that does get off is super unfortunate, because it actually melts a Sorceress. You see, it got back there, it hit a Sorceress and killed him. A Sorcerer, sorry. And killed him. And then, pretty much all my casualties in this battle are friendly fire. Those Flaming Arrows really actually do quite a number on my spiders, since they have relatively low HP. And we have some Will-o'-the-Wisps chasing people off. In any case, we massacre most of the army, and you see we actually kill 3 of the Grand Thaumaturgs, but we lose 5 Black Hunters, and only 2 of them actually get turned into Hunter Spiders. So our spiders are taking pretty significant casualties. So yeah, we wiped out about 160 long dead plus 42 Retarii, and all the province defense as well. We have cracked the fortress of Sceleria. However, we are under siege in Mammoth Grove, a much larger force led by, once again, 3 Grand Thaumaturgs, charged into Mammoth Grove and beat our patrollers. We killed about 50 of their long dead, and they have cracked our fortress there. So it looks like we may actually swap provinces, because probably what he's going to do is, well, it kind of depends. He doesn't actually need hardly anything to take this fort. He can just, like, storm with a very small fraction of those forces in Mammoth Grove, like leave 1 cultist and 50 long dead or something. Storm the fort, no trouble. Kijana, I am going to give a bunch of nature gems to cast Swarm with, because there's no point not doing that. I mean, I might as well. Swarm will definitely help. I could, if I gave him a Thistle Mace, he could actually cast Howl, which might be a hilarious way to win, because he might not leave anybody protecting his mages. It does mean risking a Thistle Mace, but Thistle Maces are actually pretty replaceable for me. The problem is I only have 1, and I've got Pongwa using a Thistle Mace to cast Howl with this army. Do I need Howl with this army is my question. Like I said, it would be sort of a hilarious and stupid way to win if Howl Wolves managed to kill a mage in the back. I'll just have him cast Swarm a ton. I mean, like, I'm going to lose this fort. Unless Sceleria absolutely screws up, I'm going to lose the fort. So Kijana will just cast Swarm. We've got the 30 Machaka archers on the wall. They'll inflict a little bit of attrition. Down here, this army has now reached the point where it's not actually practical for Sceleria to beat it. They can potentially gem burn me, and I'm sure they're going to try to do that. Kinjikatile will retain gems in order to cast Flaming Arrows, and I'll make sure he has 8 gems, so he'll be able to cast Flaming Arrows at least in a couple battles back to back. We may, if he gem baits me charging me with an army, I may lose all of my gems before I get to actually, all of my gems on my other mages before I actually get to storm the fortress. That's a potential loss condition, because that would mean that I wouldn't be able to summon fire elementals to storm the fort. So actually, come to think of it, I'm going to play this safe. I'm going to give most of my fire gems off of these mages to this scout. And what we're going to do is, we're going to set up as if we're storming the castle, and we're going to set up to summon some fire elementals. Actually, we don't even need to set up this way, because what we're going to do is, we're not going to summon fire elementals. We're going to summon, yeah, swarm. We can just set these guys to swarm, pretty much. Swarm. And we're just going to bait him into storming out to fight me. Because he's done that before, and I bet that's what he's going to do. So, if we maintain the siege real quick, I bet he's going to come out and attack me, and he's going to try to either provoke me into going over here to destroy this army and take back Mammoth Grove, or, and try to catch me with my army divided, or he's going to, you know what, I actually could divide my army right now, because I just killed 200 of the units that he had here in Sceleria. He has about 1,000. This army is about 400 in Mammoth Grove. I see what he has there. I actually, and I don't think he has any more gems on those Grand Thaumaturgs. I don't think he does. Air gems, Astral Pearls. Where's the third Grand Thaumaturg? He said there were 3. 2 Death Gems. Are they casting anything? They're not. Okay, so yeah, that's 1 Shadow Blast out. That's 2 Shadow Blasts. So that's those gems gone. He's still got some air gems and 2 pearls. Okay. Because, like, here's my thought process. If I'm not storming the castle, what I could do is, I could split my army here and move like 4 priests and a couple of my mages. It's like I could move... And what I'd like to do would be to destroy both those armies simultaneously. I'm not sure that's really practical, because this war is just... Sceleria is just trying to drag this war out as long as he can, which is fair. Like, I understand why he's doing that. But, you know, frustrating. Tianqi also has that very, very large army right there. And he might be trying to come in to take Sceleria away from me. I need to have a talk with him about that, just to make sure that isn't what he's trying to do. But, if he does that, I'm not actually certain this army can beat him. It might. It probably can. But it also might not. Especially not if he has significant magical support, which at this point he should. So, I really need him not to come in and attack me. Oh, this is frustrating. Because Sceleria at this point, temporarily, has pushed back pretty much all my gains, right? And if I take Sceleria, which I'm trying to do right now, I can reclaim everything with no trouble, especially because he's locked down almost everywhere else. But if I lose Mammoth Grove and don't take Sceleria, possibly because Tianqi came in to spoil my fun, then I will end up like having to scramble troops from here, which I have some troops moving from here. Like, this is an okay army, but it's nothing like this army. And Tianqi would then snap up all of this. So, yeah. I really need Tianqi not to attack me. And I'll need to contact him to talk about that. Because if he attacks me, actually, the most likely thing probably is he attacks me, he beats my army, takes a ton of casualties, and then Sceleria wipes him out. And then Sceleria, like, still has their capital and everything. So yeah, let me talk to him about that. Vician Forest is still besieged, but only by 4 ghouls. This army might move down there. I just don't know what these armies are going to do. And this is one of the strengths of Sceleria, of course. You have these big packs of undead just roaming around. They can do anything you want. They're easily replaceable. You can see he's been constantly raiding me with groups of about 70 to 100 undead. I've got this army moving out. This army will comfortably clear a small to moderate pack of undead, especially with these foul beasts, which have these multiple armor-piercing attacks. So they'll clear squares of undead very, very efficiently. And then I've got a bunch of feral spiders, just great spiders. I've got some spider knights, some Machaka hoplites, some vine ogres, and then I've got one mage casting Howl. And 2 priests spamming ashes to ashes. So yeah, that army can comfortably clear pretty significant chunks of undead. And has a reasonable amount of siege strength. Not a huge amount, but a reasonable amount. So, I really do want to wait the 1 turn, but on the other hand, I also kind of want to just go ham, just push right in, damn the torpedoes full speed ahead, because it's kind of urgent that I accomplish this before anything happens to me. So, if I were to just distribute all these gems, once again, 4 there, 4 there, give 1 more to ED, and set them to summon fire elementals. Like that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And then we've got the flaming arrows dude. And then I've got these spiders out on the flanks. What I can do is I can spread my troops out to the flanks. And then put the spiders right here in the middle where they can charge in. Yeah, like that. That should be okay. Okay. And then we're just going to have to go ham. Put the cavemen up there. The cave grubs. Back there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is what I have to do, and then I have to just storm the castle. Alright, we're storming. And we'll set you to maintain the siege, just in case. And he's going to take Mammoth Grove. He won't be able to take Vician Forest. He also won't be able to take Imicton, because Mugeta will be able to summon exactly 1 fire elemental, and 1 fire elemental plus the fire of these guys will stop his long-dead invasion. This army, I'm not sure where it's going to go. It might back up, or it might go down here. It might go to take Henwood. If it takes Henwood, I'll have it kind of boxed in a little bit, so I'll follow it into Henwood with this army. This army is still loose, not sure where it's going to go. Like I said, I would anticipate that he's going to charge it down here, bust all his troops out, and try to stop me in Sceleria, which won't work for him, but might weaken me enough for Tianchi to come in and finish the job if they're coordinating. So definitely got to talk to Haerdalas. And in any case, that's the turn, and I'll see you in turn 35. Alright, folks, it is turn 35, and look at this stuff. So first of all, battle in Lorborough. Our army charged down south to fight the skeleton raiding party. We cast our Howl. Our spiders went in, started netting everybody up. You gotta love all those nets. It looks like none of the wolves are attacking this Celerian cultist. Oh, nope, there they go. He's routing. We've killed everybody. So everybody dead. We lost 2 of our... Oh, man, we lost 2 of our foul beasts. I like those foul beasts. Some foul spawn, some great spiders, 2 of our vine ogres. Not too bad. Wiped them all out. Then, battle in Sceleria. So we had decided we were just going in full ham. We were going to attack Sceleria as hard as we possibly could. This is the army that was besieging Mammoth Grove. It has moved down to meet us. We have all our spiders out front. Most of them are feral at this point. There's only a few black hunters remaining. Mostly feral spiders. And we have, of course, our big ol' pile of pygmies. Plus our sorcerers down here, scripted to cast fire elementals. And our sorcerers up here, I don't know what this guy is supposed to be doing with his life. He only has fire 1. And our various priests. So, we move forward. Start casting Blessing. They start casting... Yeah, we're casting Blessing. And there goes the flaming arrows. The ashes to ashes. Oh, here comes the wave. Boom. Fire elementals start going down. 1 fire elemental appears right in the middle of things here, which is very unfortunate timing. And I think he's trying to burn a spider knight to death. Yeah, Kakanja, please, I must have misplaced him. See, this is why I don't use fire elementals much. I'm bad with them. I continually put them in the wrong places. But in any case, the skeletons are being wiped out. My own spiders are, of course, also being wiped out. But, you know, a little bit of friendly fire is just inevitable when these things happen. And once again, the Flaming Arrow Pygmies do their work. They kill everybody. The spiders are routing, I think? I think my spiders are routing. My spiders are running away. I have driven my... A bunch of my mages decided at the end there to go ahead and drive the cave grubs mad with rage. So the cave grubs are charging forward. We want a piece of this too! And the enemy army is annihilated. So... Nope, not that one. So the battle in Sceleria, 3 Grand Thaumaturgs, a White Mage, about 500 undead, all killed. We lost 6 of our Hunter Spiders, and all of our Black Hunters, as well as a number of Machaka Hoplites. Fairly heavy casualties among the chaff, actually, but the Pygmies survived, leading into the battle at the Fortress of Sceleria. Our army is still lined up to go, and if we look at gems, we have used up our fire gems on our flanking sorcerers, so no more fire elementals, but Kinjikitile still has fire gems, so he's going fine. We've got the ghouls back here, a few Brutarii, a pile of Solarian cultists, and we have way in the back Scrooge McDeath, the Divine Emperor. Very, very broad rainbow. 3 in all sorcery paths, 3 earth, 1 fire, 1 water, 49 research points, an adept researcher because he's carrying an owl quill. Very, very solid, but not particularly combat useful, especially with only prot 3 and 23 hit points. So really, there's not much here. He's got slingers on the walls because Solarian fort defense is low. And the arrows start going down. The flaming arrows, the banishments, those ghouls melt instantaneously. The troops honestly barely make it through before the arrows have killed just absolutely everyone. And Sceleria is destroyed. So that is the fall of Sceleria. We lose 29 pygmies, 2 slingers primarily, and once again, one of our black hunters, a spider knight, so some friendly fire. The chaff is actually almost depleted in this army, and it, like, doesn't fucking matter. Like, it just doesn't matter. We just burn through the undead too quickly for it to accomplish anything. So Sceleria has fallen to us. Mammoth Grove, we are now repairing the walls faster than they're broken down because the army moved. Imicton has been breached, so Imicton is in danger, but Viciant Forest and Mammoth Grove are both safe. We found the lair of a hideous troll in Sceleria with a bunch of gems and a little bit of money. In Loreborough, we got some turmoil and unrest. In Strongdale, we lost some gold. And overall, we're doing well. So, we've captured the Temple of the Dead, and the Campus Sceleris, and the Temple of the Sphere. So our death income has just gone up by 4, which is great. And we now have an astral income. Not a large astral income, but an astral income. Up here, these forts are under siege by Vanarus, but we are going to try and take Druid land before Vanarus can claim it, which will require moving up this way. I'll talk to Vanarus and I'll let him know that, or I'll offer to swap Druid land for Thing Woods, since that will be more contiguous with our actual territories. Over here, these troops are going to move down this way. I don't really want to fight Caelum right now, although that is a temptingly undefended Throne of Ascension, but I have a non-aggression pact and I don't want to fight him, so we're just going to keep on doing what we're doing, being a good guy, doing good things. 70 units here, Long Dead and Long Dead Legionnaires. Like I said, I can summon a couple of fire elementals, and I've got 7 Machaka Hoplites plus 51 Pygmies, so I think I hold this. I don't think he can break Imicton, but he can hold me under siege for a little bit. We're breaking the siege with Makami and Muhashmi. All they have is Pygmies, but then they also have Banishment, so they can fight their way clear of some undead, especially if it's only 8. Tianchi has pulled back. It looks like Tianchi and Vanarus actually swapped to Javal Kish, which is a little bit surprising, personally. This province has almost no resources right now because both of these provinces are besieged. Once I break those sieges, I'll have some more resources here. But we're breaking the siege there. We've got this army moving down this way. Actually, this army should move over here and take Troya. And then my main army here is going to move up to take Mammoth Grove, break that siege, and then move over here to land on Druid land like a ton of bricks. This army will resupply our chaff slightly, So we'll go over there. And then, like I said, I'll contact Vanarus and offer to let him take Druidland, and I'll take Thing Woods. But, let's get see, Celeria's over there still as well. Actually, you know what? Given the geography, I think I'm going to contact him and be like, hey, so my army's moving around. I'm going to be taking 121. For 111, I don't know. He's besieging this fortress, and that's going to take him some time. He's got 3 fortresses out of the deal. So, I think probably he should be happy with that. Well, I mean, maybe not happy exactly, but I think he should probably be satisfied with that. And I'm going to take these 2 there. I got 2 palisades, 2 forts there. I'd like those forts as well. In any case, that'll be a case for negotiation between me and Vanarus. It's not going to affect my moves right now, because from Mammoth Grove I can still hit all of these provinces. And from here I can hit Thing Woods. Up here, I've got a bunch more pygmies that I can give to somebody. But I don't think I have a good commander in this province right now. Yeah, it's all sorcerers. I don't necessarily need sorcerers right now. I do have Carrie casting Call of the Wild on Druidland. That is something that would need to be the subject of negotiation. So I need to talk to Vanarus before I put this turn in. But yeah, overall things are going well. Over here, moving around, doing a little bit more site searching. Zamoyoni is on defend right now, which isn't appropriate. But he needs to be casting Augury monthly. Or Gnome Lore. Actually, he needs to be casting, Gnome Lore monthly, since he's a black sorcerer. So he'll cast Gnome Lore monthly. Funny Guy is researching. Over here, we have a Fire 2. So he is going to... And we've hit Construction level 5. Yeah, we'll be hitting Construction level 6 in 2 turns. So, Imarka will be casting Augury monthly. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So we'll get our Fire site searched up. We'll get our Earth site searched up. We've already got Death site searched up pretty well. Haven't gotten any more good randoms in our sorceresses. We are recruiting 1 more Black Sorcerer, because we now actually do have some change for once in our lives. And once we break these forts loose, we'll be getting a little bit more income from them. And like I said, we'll get at least 1 of these. And try to push over to take, like, some of these as well. I don't know how big exactly Vanarus is, because my scout coverage remains fucking woeful. Partly because I haven't been recruiting as many scouts as I could have, but also partly because a lot of my scouts have tried to go through Nazca, and Nazca has very consistently killed almost every scout that goes through their territory anywhere. It's honestly kind of pissed me off. I have 4 nature gems right now, and I can afford to spend nature gems on stuff like this. So I'm going to take these guys. Bergamum. It looks like Vanheim, I think, is out of the picture pretty much entirely. I'm going to contact him and ask if I can take Bergamum. Nazca, Perun has already said that I can go ahead and take it because he's anxious to keep me on his side because he has an inflated idea of my diplomatic prowess, and he doesn't want me forming a coalition against him, which, okay, fair. You know, whatever. Down here, I need to turn this place over to recruiting scouts because, who baby, scouts. Scouts, please. Oh god, scouts. I need them so badly. In fact, I'm going to start recruiting scouts here, too. And then, what else? Oof. Pygmies, I guess. Churn out some pygmies. Pygmies are a very one-note solution, and they don't work against anything but Skelespam Celeria nearly as well as they just did. But having them will help me, so I might as well have something. And I've still got my Mother Oak active, still paying itself off. It's been up for, if I recall now, 3 turns. It used to be up for 8 turns to actually pay off the gems that I spent on it. But that shouldn't be too much trouble. I don't think anybody's going to be going out of their way to dispel Mother Oak. And so it should be up for, like, you know, 30 turns or 40 turns. And pay itself off several times over. And in that time, I will hope to gather up the gems necessary to cast Eternal Pyre with Funny Guy, which is another one of the ones that most nations never actually go for, because most nations don't have the fire to do it. But, I have the fire to do it because of Funny Guy, because I can forge flaming helmets with him, and I can forge the flame helmet, and I can forge Skulls of Fire nationally, which many nations cannot. So I can boost him up to Fire 6 and drop Eternal Pyre, which I already actually have the research for. All I need is 80 fire gems, and I can get that going. And I can, of course, I'm perfectly willing to get those 80 fire gems by recklessly alchemizing. But that's one reason why I really need my fire income to be higher, because yeah, actually, I'm tempted to start spamming augury over here as well. Yeah, because 5 fire gems per turn at turn 35 is a little bit miserable, to be honest. My gem income is extremely lopsided this game. It's weird. It's funny, actually. Because I'm getting 42 gems per turn, but 3/4 of them are nature and death. It's sort of hilarious. The other thing that I could do is I could potentially cast Well of Misery. That would require different research. That would require Conjuration. Conjuration 8, level 6 death. But it would be more reachable for me for a couple of reasons. First of all, because I have higher death income. And secondly, because one of the big death competitors is knocked out, Sceleria. The other of the big death competitors is Ermor. And Ermor's by no means knocked out. Like, they're doing fine, actually. They're doing scarily well. But they're really busy fighting everybody, and they should be spending the majority of their death gems on that. So, if I were to redirect my research to Conjuration, Conjuration 8 will take me a while to get. But I could potentially throw down Well of Misery. And that would make me something of a powerhouse to be reckoned with. In terms of provinces right now, it's turn 35, right? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 provinces. None too big, but reasonable to be getting on with. I'm counting these provinces as mine because I'm not going to lose them. I might potentially, possibly lose this one, I suppose, but I doubt it. I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be fine. So, and then I'll take, this one, I'll take one or both of these, and it'll be a good old time. I would love to be recruiting units right here, but I can't because of 4 Sceleran cultists, or rather 3 Sceleran cultists and a Grand Thaumaturg. So, thanks for watching. That's turn 35. I'm going to contact Vanarus, do a little bit of negotiation about these, and then we will move on from there. So, I'll see y'all on turn 36. Okay, turn 36. This has been in some ways a frustrating turn, but also an amazing turn. So, first of all, no more. We found a mud field. Second, augury. We found a Magus Temple. The Magus Temple gives you fire and astral gems and allows the recruitments of Magi. Magi are actually one of the best mages in the game. Why? Because they cost 85 gold, are not slow to recruit, and have 3 paths, including astral. These guys are Imperial Geomancers, except they pay 20 extra gold for more research and a fire path, which instantly increases the amount of stuff they can do fourfold. They're great. They're super, super great, and especially for a gold-hungry nation like me, where all of my mages are expensive, being able to pay 85 gold for 11 research points on a useful combat mage is amazing. So, we've started to recruit them, plus, I had a laboratory in this province from a random event earlier, so this province is now officially incredible. So, we're starting to churn that out there. I think everything down here I can kind of count on having been site searched for death, so I don't need to worry about that too much. Unfortunately, in Troya, we wiped out the province defense. In Mammoth Grove, we busted out and killed a Grand Thaumaturg plus a couple of cultists, which is good. I need to check to see if that Grand Thaumaturg was twice-borned. He was. He was twice-borned. My spiders are inflicting a little bit of friendly fire on each other, but who cares? So, yep, the army busts out. Everybody dies. Everybody did. Excellent. Great. In Vician Forest, however, we actually lost, and we lost in sort of a hilarious way. So we break out with our 2 little packs of pygmies and our 2 Eyes of the Lord. He moved in, that same round, he moved in a Grand Thaumaturg. Why he did this, I actually don't know. But he did. So, the Grand Thaumaturg gets shot right at the start. However, he casts Raise Dead. It doesn't kill him. He has profuse bleeding. And he gets to cast Raise Dead 3 times. And summon a whole bunch of zombies. And zombies, unlike skeletons, actually have, hit points. They have enough hit points that one cast of my Banish usually doesn't kill them. So it sets them on fire, but it doesn't kill them. So as a result, they get to reach the pygmies, and they start doing damage to the pygmies, some of them who get there. And pygmies have just absolutely god-awful combat stats, and more importantly, god-awful morale. So the zombies actually rout my pygmies. Like, entirely. Like, my whole army routs. So I lose this fight, leaving a grand total of 1 zombie and 2 Sceleria cultists in possession of the field. Classic Dominions. So, yeah, classic Dominions. I am pretty angry about that, to be honest. So, yeah, so we now have about 30 pygmies inside. We're breaking siege again. We're moving some more troops to do that. More importantly, we actually did lose Imicton. There were too many skeletons. They did overwhelm our defense, despite the 2 fire elementals we got off. So if we watch here, we start throwing our arrows downrange. We've got our 2... I don't know where those guys are going. We've got the 2 fire elementals, and they're fighting bravely, but not quite bravely enough. The enemy gets back there. They kill our commanders. We don't manage to kill the Mound King quite. Our Machaka hoplites are outfought by the Mound King and his long-dead Principe bodyguards, who actually have quite good melee combat stats. And so, once again, the pygmies rout, and we are driven from the field. We inflicted a lot of damage, but a lot is not quite enough. So, we killed 41 out of their 65 units, and they don't have any summoners here, so they can't rebuild. They also don't have a temple in that province, of course, so they can't recruit Solarian cultists. They can, however, recruit mages here. They can recruit thaumaturgs. So if I allow them to, they can build up. Also, this is the province that has the construction booster, and that witch doctor was carrying a dwarven hammer, if I recall correctly. So that's super unfortunate. I don't know why that took so long for some reason. Yes, he still had that dwarven hammer on him, because I thought I would win this. So, you know what? Okay. Fair play. I miscalculated. These things happen. Too bad. We found the lair of another hideous troll. We found more astral pearls. We lost a scout in Druid Land, which has 226 units patrolling. I think that's actually all the units that are here. I think their whole army is patrolling, and it's almost entirely ghouls, so I'm not too worried about that. So, we're starting, as I said, we're starting to recruit Magi immediately, and we're going to move down there, and we're going to build a fortress, as ASAP, just immediately. Down here, we're recruiting the Iron Men, some mercenaries, to help try to safeguard Mammoth Grove. We've got some province defense here. I would like to have more people patrolling. I need to launch out some scouts real quick. So we'll launch out 4 scouts in various directions, because God knows I need better scout coverage to see what's going on in the world. Up here, we've got a couple more priests moving down. We're pumping out some more troops over here, plus awakening more Vine Ogiers and casting Augury and Gnome Lore still. And over here, we're casting Gnome Lore. Funny guy is just researching. He could cast various spells, but I don't really need or want him to at the moment. Like, there's nothing that I really need him to be casting right now. He can hilariously cast Vengeance of the Dead, which would be sort of great. He can also teleport. So what I was hoping and planning to do was actually teleport Funny Guy down to Imicton and have him start forging down there, because he can forge all kinds of shit. In particular, he can forge Skull Faces, which is what I'll need in order to get Well of Misery active. But that's going to be a minute. We'll hit Construction level 6 and Conjuration level 6 both next turn, and then we'll keep burning down Conjuration towards Well of Misery, which Funny Guy will be able to cast once we get him his Skull Face. And, yeah, it should be, it should be fine, but this is kind of annoying. Like, I'm going to have to move to take this back, and I'm going to have to let Caelum know, 94 is mine, please do not come and try to take it, or I'll have to come and take it back, and none of us want that. It would be a huge pain, you know, chaos, anarchy, destruction, hatred, etc. It'd be a bad scene, don't do it. I also need more troops, like, badly. But, at the same time, I need to save money, which kind of puts me in this bind where I'm like, I need more troops, but also I love money, but it's so sad. It's so hard. Life's so hard. In any case, this army is moving up here. This army is moving down to Mammoth Grove, and they're actually going to move and patrol in case this place is attacked. We've also got Kimya moving and patrolling, so they'll have flaming arrows backing them up. They have about 40 pygmies. So if this guy charges in, we will have that to stop it. We've got these three guys, Muita, Daud, and Nadif, are moving down here. They will reinforce these troops and then move over here to put Imikten under siege with a little bit of siege strength. Their siege strength is mostly going to be coming from these units here, but they've got it's 6, 17, a little bit higher than 17 actually. Some Spider Warriors have strength 12, so like 20 siege strength, something like that, maybe 25 total counting the pygmies, 25, 20, 30, something like that. So they'll be able to move over here and chip down this fort and retake it, and we'll send some more troops to back them up. And basically what I anticipate here is Sceleria is going to counter-raid me as hard as he can. That's why I've got these guys moving down here rather than moving straight in. I kind of anticipate that this army is going to move this way. But basically what I have to do at this point is I just have to take Celeria's forts. And he can raid me all he wants. As long as I continuously take the forts, he won't be able to keep it up. Because if I take the forts, kill the Celerian cultists, stop him from spamming more skeletons, his raid capacity will be permanently decreased, and he won't be able to fight back against me. In Olyr, interestingly, Sceleria charged out and, suicided a huge army, inflicting very minor casualties on Vanarus. Vanarus, I think, was Thunderstrike spamming them. They've got a Staff of Storms. Who's got the Staff of Storms? Somebody here has a Staff of Storms. You can tell because of the natural storm that's active as soon as they enter the battlefield. And who's these up here? They've got a whole bunch of fiery imps, so they've got a little bit of blood going, but probably not a huge amount. They're Vanarusian sages, yeah, have air gems. Did they only have one Venabog? I thought they had more than that. But yeah, so they're storm powering, and then they're going to summon air elementals and then Thunderstrike, I think. So, yep, air elementals. And Thunderstrikes. Thunderstrikes. I wonder why the Thunderstrike sound isn't playing. I think there's too many fire sounds going on. Yep, there it is. And the air elementals are trampling, doing a good job kind of disrupting everything, killing a whole bunch of these mages back here. And the Thunderstrikes are going down, as well as the banishes. So yeah, they just wiped the army out without too much trouble. I do wonder who had the Staff of Storms. Yeah, they only had one Vanabog, I guess. Somebody in here, like I said, had a Staff of Storms. They also appear to have a couple of Oathbound commanders, which is weird. I don't know why that would be, because normally Oathbound are not commanders, but okay, anyway. So yeah, they lost a few units, but nobody of consequence, mainly summoned chaff. Only one Oathbound, a few Berserkers. Vanarusian Berserkers are good units, by the way. And they wiped out the whole army, including 31 Celerian cultists. So once again, Celeria's capability to raid, their Skelespam ability, is just going away by the day. So yeah, that's good. Defending this will be a little bit troublesome. If he does move up that way, he'll be able to take that province. And I'll just have to take it back. So, gathering these troops here, bringing down these priests. I've got plenty of mages up here, so all I need to do really is just keep pumping out some troops. And I'll have the oomph to take that back. If they do move up here, I can move troops from here over to that province to intercept. He may come down here and try to break this fortress again, but if he does, once again, I can double back and crush him. Basically, he can't keep an army still anywhere, because if he does, I'll destroy it. I have that capability. It's not really in question anywhere, because this army, I no longer need the full strength of this army in one place, because all I'm fighting is skeletons, and the most that he can possibly field is like 600, something like that. So this army can take on more than 600 skeletons by far. In any case, the loss of Imikten is kind of a bummer, but it is a temporary bummer, which I will solve quickly. And I'll send probably Cascater down here, will roll down in that direction as well. I don't think he's claimed that. Yeah, Caelum hasn't claimed that, so I may contact Nasajin and see if I can push through Ene Umro, which will cut a turn off my transit time. Then no, we'll see. But I'll get Imikten back, no fear. Beyond that, things just continue apace. No real problems. So, it's been a good game so far. It has been a very good game, and if I can get Magi production really rolling, if I can get a Fortress on here and start churning them out by turn, I think 42 is as quickly as I could potentially do it. If I can start getting a Magi per turn by turn 32, that would be a very significant increase in my abilities, because it would give me very powerful communions, since I have those and I have Lizard Shamans. That'll give me pretty flexible communion ability. I'll be able to ramp up to level 3 or 4 through communions and throw down all kinds of buff spells very, very easily. So, that will be very neat. But in any case, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in turn 37.